To be honest, gambling makes no sense to me. You know what, let me shut up before you attack me in the comments. You guys willingly hand over your money to a corporation that explicitly tells you that they are statistically guaranteed to keep every single cent you brought with you. They've literally promised to send you back to the village. Yet you do it anyway.
Let's start with the bad and work our way to the one that'll make you fear gambling. Number 5, the Monte Carlo glitch. It is August 18th, 1913, inside the luxurious and highly exclusive Casino de Monte Carlo in Monaco. Wealthy elites in tailored tuxedos are casually sipping expensive champagne and playing roulette. The wheel spins and the little ball lands on black. Then it lands on black again, and again. By the 15th time it hits black in a row, the crowd completely loses their minds.
They start betting massive, life-changing fortunes on red, absolutely convinced that because black has hit so many times, red is mathematically guaranteed to hit next. The ball ended up hitting black 26 times in a row. The gamblers lost millions of francs in a single night, completely destroying their lives, bankrupting their families, and ruining their legacies over a piece of spinning wood.
This is a phenomenon called the gambler's fallacy, driven by a deeply ingrained psychological glitch called apophenia. Your brain's pattern recognition engine is completely terrified of pure chaos. When confronted with completely random, statistically unconnected events, like a roulette ball bouncing around a wheel, your brain physically overheats. To stop you from having a massive panic attack, it aggressively forces a pattern onto the chaos. It hallucinates order where absolutely none exists, convincing your nervous system that the math is suddenly going to magically balance itself out just for you.
You sit at a table staring at a digital screen showing the last 20 roulette numbers, stroking your chin, genuinely believing your highly sophisticated strategy is about to outsmart an unfeeling mathematical algorithm. Bro, you look as completely delusional as a guy aggressively pressing a broken elevator button 30 times, thinking he magically controls the building's electricity.
Number 4, the near-miss torment. It's a quiet, depressing Tuesday afternoon in Ohio. A 34-year-old guy named Brian walks into a local petrol station and buys a $5 scratch card. He scratches off 2 matching gold coins. His heart rate instantly spikes, his pupils dilate, and his hands begin to sweat.
He scratches the final box, and it's a cherry. A complete mismatch. He didn't win a single cent. But instead of feeling completely defeated, throwing the piece of cardboard in the trash, and walking away with his remaining dignity, his hands start violently shaking. He instantly reaches back into his wallet to buy 3 more tickets. He genuinely believes his luck is turning around, and that he is right on the verge of a massive payout.
Let's run the medical simulation of what just happened in Brian's nervous system. When you almost achieve a goal, your brain floods a highly sensitive region called the striatum with dopamine. This neurological reward system is designed to encourage you to keep trying when you face a difficult task. The gambling industry explicitly and maliciously weaponizes this exact chemical response.
Slot machines and scratch cards are legally and deliberately programmed to show you a near miss. They intentionally place the winning symbols right next to the pay line, mere millimeters away from a jackpot. The casino is intentionally starving you, but successfully tricking your nervous system into chemically celebrating a massive success that never actually happened.
You didn't almost win. You entirely lost. Getting a massive dopamine rush from a near miss on a slot machine is the psychological equivalent of getting brutally punched in the face by a stranger on the street and then aggressively thanking the guy and shaking his hand because he almost missed your nose.
Number 3, the illusion of control. It's May 4th, 1980. A man named Richard is standing at a crowded craps table in Las Vegas. Before he throws the dice, he aggressively blows on them. He shakes them exactly 3 times next to his ear, and he demands that nobody at the table speaks to him. He genuinely thinks his physical actions and his stinky breath have a direct impact on the fundamental laws of physics. Now, if I see a single comment from a crypto bro or a day trader claiming they don't fall for this because they do technical analysis, I'm gonna whoop your ass. Staring at red and green candlesticks on your phone while waiting for a completely random financial payout is the exact same thing. Stop embarrassing yourself.
Your prefrontal cortex absolutely hates feeling helpless. When you are placed in a highly volatile situation where you have absolutely zero influence, like a spinning roulette wheel or plastic dice bouncing off a rubber wall, your brain forcibly invents control to stop you from feeling completely powerless. Psychologists call this the illusion of control.
This is exactly why people stubbornly choose their own lottery numbers instead of using the quick pick machine. Medically, your brain has convinced your body that choosing the number 7 makes a plastic ball more likely to drop out of a machine, entirely ignoring the cold hard fact that gravity does not give a fuck about your favorite number or your daughter's birthday.
Number 2, loss aversion. It's the year 2007 in Las Vegas. A 50-year-old businessman named Terrence Watanabe, who had just made an absolute fortune selling his party favor company, decides to go on a fun, relaxing vacation to Caesar's Palace. Everything is going great. The drinks are flowing, the VIP suites are beautiful, and the staff treats him like an absolute king. But instead of going home after a weekend, he stays. He stays for an entire year.
And in that year, he loses $127 million. He didn't stay because he was having a great time. He stayed because he was violently trapped in a horrific psychological loop that he couldn't break out of.
The human brain is hardwired to hate losing resources twice as much as it enjoys gaining them. It is a psychological glitch called loss aversion. When you lose money, your brain's amygdala registers that financial loss using the exact same neurological pathways it uses for severe physical pain. Your brain literally treats a lost bet at the blackjack table like a bleeding open stab wound on your leg. It floods your body with the stress hormone cortisol, forcing your heart to pound, dilating your blood vessels, and inducing a state of sheer physiological panic.
The logical move is to leave the building, but because your body is experiencing a massive cortisol spike, you furiously double down to win the money back just to stop the physical anxiety. You convince yourself you are a strategic mastermind chasing a legendary comeback, when medically, you are just an animal aggressively chewing off its own leg in a trap.
Number 1, the dopamine lobotomy. Finally, we reach the darkest horror of the casino. There comes a point in every severe gambling addiction where the thrill of winning completely vanishes. Let's look at a regular guy named David on a random Tuesday night. He hits a massive jackpot on a slot machine for $10,000. The lights flash violently, the bells ring loudly, but David feels absolutely nothing. He doesn't celebrate. He doesn't smile. He doesn't cash out and go buy a car or take his family on vacation. He just stares blankly at the screen, and then slowly feeds the money right back into the machine until it is all entirely gone. This isn't a lack of gratitude or poor financial planning. This is a terrifying structural physiological breakdown. Let's run the final medical simulation on David's neurology. By forcing his brain to endure constant, unnatural, and violent spikes of dopamine from unpredictable variable rewards, he has created a highly toxic environment inside his own skull. His brain realizes it is drowning in way too much chemical stimulation. To protect itself from the toxic overload, the brain initiates a process called downregulation. It literally begins to physically destroy its own D2 dopamine receptors. To survive the extreme artificial highs of the casino floor, your brain surgically removes its own neurological wires for feeling pleasure. It physically alters its own anatomy so that you are permanently numbed. Now you don't gamble to feed your greed, you gamble just to feel normal. It is the biological equivalent of voluntarily drinking battery acid for a year and then acting completely shocked when you can no longer taste a juicy steak. The casino didn't just drain your bank account, it actively castrated your capacity to experience human happiness. So the next time you walk onto a casino floor, just remember, you are not a high roller. You are not a VIP. You are a fragile psychological engine being systematically dismantled by flashing lights and a random number generator that does not care if you live or die. Subscribe, or don't. Your brain is just going to force you to pull the lever anyway.